Hey geeks, it's Andrea. Today, I thought we'd go over some old wives' tales. If you don't know what that means, it's basically old myths, sayings, and cures that people tell or told each other that have been proven false. Generally, they sound pretty reasonable. That's probably why so many are still so widely believed today. Here are 15 old wives' tales for you. Alright geeks, let's go.
15. Wait after eating before swimming or you'll get a cramp.
I spent a lot of time in the water as a kid, so I remember hearing people say this one. I remember hearing half an hour, but other people say an hour. I've also heard people morbidly say, if you don't wait an hour, you'll get a cramp and die. Has anyone else heard that one? Anyway, there's no evidence of this at all. You could take a sandwich into the pool and have no problem digesting it and swimming at the same time.
14. Toads give you warts.
People believe that toads can cause warts because of how bumpy their skin is, but this is simply just not true. Warts are caused by a virus found in humans, not toads. I think we all owe these little guys an apology. Hashtag every toad is beautiful.
13. Shaving makes hair grow back thicker.
This is one of those things that no matter how many facts you show to a person, there are just some that will still believe it to be real. And that's fine, but there is no truth to this. The reason it is so strongly believed is because when the hair does start growing back, it tends to stand out more in contrast. It doesn't actually grow back stronger, thicker, or faster.
12. Eat a watermelon seed and it will grow in your stomach.
When I was 6 years old, I remember my uncle's girlfriend telling me this while I was eating a watermelon, but I just thought she was a douchebag, which, to be fair, she was. Although the seeds aren't the tasty part that you want to eat, they aren't gonna hurt you, for two main reasons. 1, you don't have the oxygen it needs within your stomach. And 2, it takes over 3 days for a watermelon seed to germinate, and it will have exited your body by then.
11. Most of your body heat is lost through your head.
You were probably told to put on your hat before going out to play in the snow when you were a kid. While this is good practice, most of your body heat loss doesn't actually come from the top of your head. It's pretty evenly spread between your head and other limbs. So why do we believe this? In the 1950s, the US Army Field Manual claimed that 40 to 45% of body heat is lost through the head.
10. Too much television will hurt your eyes.
In this modern world, we can all breathe a sigh of relief that this one isn't true. If you have poor vision like myself and spend a lot of time watching television or on your computer, you can be rest assured that there has never been a found link. It can, however, cause your eyes to become fatigued, so that's likely where this originated.
9. You will catch a cold if you go out with wet hair.
Although the name makes it sound like something temperature related, the cold is actually a virus, which means no matter how cold you get, you will not catch a cold from the cold. That is, unless you go out in the cold with wet hair with a person with a cold and share germs with them. But you can't blame the hair for that one, mister. If you do happen to get a cold, vitamin C does not cure it either.
8. You can tell the sex of the baby by where the mother is carrying them.
Here is another one that is still very believed today. If you carry your baby low, it's supposed to be a boy, and if you carry your baby high, it's supposed to be a girl. In actuality, it's the woman's body shape that determines where on their abdomen they are going to carry the added weight, and not the gender of the baby. There are a lot more pregnancy old wives' tales, but that would have to be in a video to itself.
7. Drinking caffeine will stunt your growth.
You probably weren't allowed to drink your parents' coffee or soda when you were a kid because they wanted you to grow up big and tall. Well, fortunately, there is no link between height and caffeine. That being said, this doesn't mean you should make a habit of drinking a lot of caffeinated and sugary drinks. Too much of anything can be a bad thing and comes with its own set of issues, even if stunted growth isn't one of them.
6. Eating chocolate gives you acne.
If you eat chocolate and have acne, don't blame the chocolate. Although eating lots of sugary foods isn't good for your skin, you aren't going to get a zit because you had a candy bar. If you happen to get a zit, refer back to don't blame the chocolate. There is no scientific proof that eating chocolate causes or helps acne.
5. Eating carrots improves your vision.
Here is one with a very interesting background story. The reason people believe that eating carrots will improve your night vision is because of the beta-carotene. Of course, there is absolutely no medical evidence that there is any fact to this. The origination of this one is actually World War II propaganda. The British claimed that their pilots were able to gun down German aircrafts because they ate carrots to have unnatural vision. In reality, they mounted radar devices on some of their ships and didn't want them to know.
4. Gum takes 7 years to pass through your digestive system.
Although it is true that gum does digest slightly slower than most other foods, it certainly isn't 7 years. That being said, it is strongly advised that you don't regularly swallow gum. Once in a while isn't going to hurt you, but there have been cases of children having gastrointestinal blockages. So although the occasional gum swallowing won't hurt you, swallowing a lot of gum can really gum up the works. I hate myself just a little bit right now.
3. Sugar causes children to be hyper.
You've probably seen this a lot in TV shows or even here on YouTube. Or maybe you just heard an adult say it when you were a kid. This is one that is so widely believed. But of course, it's on this list, so you know it isn't true. People believe this to be true because sugar has a lot of calories. So the idea is that a kid gets hyper to work off those extra calories. This just simply is not true. Kids just get hyper. It's part of being a kid. That being said, things like chocolate, tea, and soda can cause hyperactivity, not because of the sugar content, but because of caffeine.
2. Soothe the jellyfish sting by peeing on it.
I remember seeing this one on Friends. Anyone else? Anyway, if you do happen to get stung by a jellyfish, do not let your friend pee on it. It is not going to help. It was probably some bad joke that someone believed or something. Putting the area with the sting in seawater or covering it with vinegar will actually help, and it won't cause an awkward ride home.
Number 1. Cracking knuckles causes arthritis.
There are a number of you watching this that crack your knuckles, aren't there? Well, I have both good and bad news for you. Rheumatologist Dimitrios Papas did a Q&A for the Johns Hopkins Arthritis Center website where he answered loads of questions on cracking knuckles. The good news is that there is no evidence that you are going to get arthritis from it. The bad news is that studies have shown that after many years of cracking your knuckles, you may have reduced grip strength. Another bad news is people around you may say, hey, you will get arthritis, or just get skeeved out. Alright, geeks, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Did any of these surprise you? Let us know any of them that you know of. Don't forget, the Captain Geek shirt is available until Sunday. Before you go, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and of course share. Alright, geeks, I will see you next time.